Good day, everybody. I hope you are well and blessed and are having a great Saturday. Before I want to talk about the Bible, but before we discuss the Bible, do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel whereby you would have access to the same information, excellent information about the Word of God, about spiritual matters on my YouTube channel and my TikTok account, and also follow my blog, which you'll find on the bio section. Do not forget to subscribe, share, and like. Now, guys, you know, we hear stories that the Bible belongs to the colonizers. Apparently, at least that's what we're told. The Bible belongs to the colonizers, and they came here with it, with the Bible and whatsoever, in the 14th centuries. Right. But now, I want to point something out. The first manuscripts, or rather the first copy of the Bible, was located and found in Mount Sinai. And Mount Sinai is in Egypt, in Africa, not in England, not in the US, no else, but this is in Africa. So that was where the first piece was found, which is in Egypt, like pieces, and then they were compiled together in Egypt. That's where we have our first Bible, in the 4th century at least, right? And we know that Egyptians were very intelligent people. Look at the pyramids. You need to know maths. You need to be intelligent for us to have the pyramids, and they're still standing to date, right? So yeah, so that's where the first Bible was at least discovered, the original copy whereby no missing books are there, all the copies are there, right? Now, you would hear people talking about Christianity belonging to the colonizers, yet the first Bible was in Africa. So my take was, when they took from Africa, when they took the gold, because when we say that the colonizers took from Africa, we can't just say that they only took the gold, they only took the resources out of Africa, and then they took them away and to England or to the US or wherever they took them. So we can't just say that that's the only thing that they took. They also took the Bible, translated the Bible, and then after translating the Bible, and then in the 14th century, obviously, when they came back with the Bible translated, the very same Bible that comes from Africa. Then it was translated, obviously, in the 14th century, because they came and they took, right? So now, this is why I'm responding to actually one of the comments that, whereby I'm saying that, as much as we can't say that all white people were terrible people, that's close to impossible. So there are people, God will always find a way to use people. So that's why I said that. Are you guys telling me that God would have left his people, Africans, illiterate, and these people, and we are these type of people that cannot think, that cannot write, that cannot dress themselves and all of that? Are you saying that God would have left us like that? No, I don't see that happening. I don't see the God that we speak of in the Bible doing any of that to us. Now, so now let's go to the issue as to who did Africans worship before the 14th century. So which means before the Bible was brought back to Africa. Not the Bible came to Africa, no, before the Bible was brought back to Africa. Who did Africans worship? Now, we know that Egyptians prior to that, they had their own gods. Now, when we date back to the story of Moses, even dating back to Noah, we know that the Egyptians had their own gods that they were worshipping, and those gods, when you look at the book of Moses, they were able to perform miracles, and they were able to do almost everything, manipulate the elements and everything. The goddess of earth, water, we still see them in India, the same gods. So the goddess of this, the goddess of that, the goddess. They had the goddess of money, the goddess of sand, the goddess of fire. Like they had all these gods, right? The Egyptians back then. So remember, where is Egypt? It's in Africa. So chances are even the continent itself believed in the same gods, right? The same gods. And that's why we say the God of Moses. The God of Moses is the God of Jesus, right? So, because the God of Moses cannot be the same God as the God of the Egyptians. No, those are two different gods. So you can't say that those are the same gods. Those are two different gods. So, when this God said to Moses, so yes, family, it's not the same God, right? The God of the Egyptians, and these are the gods that Africans are currently worshipping, because you see that these gods were in waters, these gods were in mountains, these gods were, that's where you'd find these gods, obviously, right? So the ones that Egyptians worshipped. So even to date, those, they remember, these are spirits. They didn't just poof disappear. They're still here, even to date, and they're still being worshipped even to date. Hence, you would see people going to rivers, throwing coins, going to the beach, putting plants and whatsoever. So we're not saying that those gods don't have influence, they don't have power. They do have power, they do have influence, but their power and influence, it's not the same as the God of the Bible, because we see what the God of the Bible did, and we see that this God also, these gods also submitting to the God of the Bible. So we know the power of the God of the Bible, right? And then now, the Bible was not written by one person, right? The Bible was written by multiple people from different parts of the world, really, different parts of the world. And you see, God does not, it's when you look at the story of the people in the Bible, they're not really perfect people like your typical men of God these days. When you look at Noah, Noah was a drunkard, and my guess is that, let's speak about Noah. Noah was in, I'm guessing, because the ark, Noah's ark, it has been discovered. They're suspecting that Noah's ark was found in Turkey. So, which means when Noah wrote the book, he was in Turkey at that time. So that's where they're saying that the ark is located. So guys, the story of the, I'm going to write an article about this, but this article obviously requires lots and lots of research, so that the information that I'm going to give you guys, it's well researched, it's proper, you know where you stand after reading the article. But other than that, guys, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share, and enjoy the rest of your day.